Hi, I'm Wayne Allen Root for Personal Liberty. From my commentaries the last few weeks, you know I'm concerned about a potential Ebola pandemic inside America. Dead concerned. It's a deadly thing. Nonetheless, Ebola is a worry about a potential deadly problem, a theoretical deadly problem. No one knows yet how much damage Ebola can do to America. On the other hand, we've already experienced the damage, destruction, and pain of Barack Obama. Let's compare Ebola to Obama. Ebola, so far, 1 dead and 2 nurses infected. Obama, almost 50 million Americans on food stamps, 108 million on welfare, an all-time record number on disability, over 3.7 trillion spent on welfare over the past 5 years under Obama, all of that debt for your kids for generations to come. Ebola, healthcare, contamination, security costs, frightening. Each patient could cost in excess of $1 million to treat, but so far only a handful of patients. Ebola's with us for weeks or months, then it's gone. Obama, the $7 trillion in debt added by Obama so far will cause decades of pain for American consumers and taxpayers, damage middle-class quality of life, and reduce U.S. economic growth for generations to come. Ebola threatens to damage various sectors of the economy, but no one knows how bad it could be. Obama already destroyed the American economy. Over 92 million working-age Americans are not working. There are 10 million less Americans working than the day Obama took office, even though the population is dramatically higher. We now have the lowest workforce participation rate in recorded history. Ebola, this dreadful virus, might overwhelm the U.S. healthcare system and result in higher health insurance premiums to pay for the massive costs. It might. Obama, no guesswork. The facts are in. Obamacare has already wrecked the U.S. healthcare system and already dramatically increased our premium costs. Premiums were up more in the past year than the prior 8 years combined, up 88% just in the state of California. But the worst is yet to come. Rates are going even higher, up over 60% in Seattle, for example, and millions of cancellation notices are going out in the next few weeks. Ebola. This virus has no known interaction with the IRS, and it never hurt me personally. Obama used the IRS to try and destroy conservative donors and critics, and I'm a witness. The White House clearly ordered the IRS to try and destroy me, not once, but twice. Judicial Watch demanded the IRS hand over all documents related to my case. The IRS had 30 days by law to comply. That was 15 months ago. The IRS has broken the law of the United States for well over a year to cover up for the crimes of Barack Obama. Ebola doesn't sell guns to anyone, last I checked. Obama, in the Fast and Furious scandal, the Obama administration sold guns to Mexican drug lords that killed over 200 Mexican citizens, plus a U.S. border agent. So far, that's 200 more deaths or so than Ebola has caused in North America. Ebola doesn't trade deserters for 5 jihadi terrorist murderers. Obama demoralizes the U.S. military by making that unimaginable trade, cuts the size of the military dramatically, sends 4,000 troops into the Ebola zone with only 4 hours of training, and purges more generals than any president in history. Ebola never infected a single person at the U.S. Embassy in Benghazi. Obama allegedly traded arms to Muslim rebels that led to the deaths of 4 American heroes at Benghazi, ignored pleas from our ambassador for more security, denied a rescue mission while our heroes were under vicious attack, and then covered up the tragedy by blaming it on an obscure movie no one in the Middle East ever watched. Ebola doesn't steal my money or regulate me out of business. Obama put in place, now this is a fact, the single biggest tax increase in the history of the world, Obamacare. Worse, he's proposed the most tax increases in history that never passed, 442 of them. Worst of all, he's the biggest regulator in U.S. history. Ebola, so far, hasn't affected the U.S. border. Obama has crippled border security. He's left our southern border completely unsecured from massive waves of illegal immigrants desperate for cradle-to-grave entitlements, diseases like TB and enterovirus, and of course Ebola, and terrorist cells who could cross our wide-open border and unleash a devastating 9/11-style attack on U.S. soil. Ebola, so far, poses no threat to Israel and has left the Middle East untouched. Not true with Obama. His policies have endangered the security of Israel and led to the Arab Spring that toppled dictators friendly to America, leaving the Middle East under attack from radical groups like ISIS. Add it up. Ebola is a terrible threat, but so far, it's only a threat. Obama is toxic. Obama's had a devastating effect upon America's economy, our healthcare system, national interests, and our reputation across the globe is in tatters. Ebola might give us a punch in the gut, a bad one, but Obama could be a fatal disease. I'm Wayne Allen Root for Personal Liberty. See you next week. God bless America.